Testing 1, 2. Still, one of my favorite parts of every meeting is hitting the bell, getting the meeting started, and forgetting that I've got background music on. Yeah, I should, right? Bring the bell home. All right. Where is this? There. All right, let's get back to normal. Back to where. That ain't good. No, I'm not doing that now. All right. Let's get back on track. What kind of leader do you have that's not ready to be up here? Impeach. Anastasia said it. She was back there. Anastasia, if you could lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance today. Looking this way. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And let's see, Wendy, you're right here in front. Why don't you lead us in the four-way pact?
Four-way pact. In this way, I interact with others. Personal accountability with courage and truth.
Next time I'll ask you to get your glasses. Sorry. In other words, first,
I will have courage to tell the whole truth. I will be kind in the way I tell it. I will be fair and not seek selfish advantage. I will have an open heart and an open mind. All right.
Does not look like Jack is here. So if I could just ask the godfather of Rotary to step forward.
I'm going to, let me get this one. Since it's kind of close to Indian summer, I'm going to use my Cherokee Indian. No, I got a different one. Oh, seriously?
Pins and needles here. Pick one.
So
It's the Greek Orthodox.
this is going to be Mother Teresa's Anyway poem. People are often unreasonable, illogical, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you'll win some false friends and some true enemies. Succeed anyway. If you are honest and frank, people may cheat you. Be honest and frank anyway. What you spend years building, someone could destroy overnight. Build anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, they may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today, people will often forget tomorrow. Do good anyway. Give the world the best you have, and it be enough. Give the world the best you've got anyway. You see, in the final analysis, it's between you and your God. It was never between you and them anyway.
Very good. All right, you can take your seats. Wow. Well, now I have to adjust the PowerPoint because that was the quote that I was going to use to end the meeting today. So, anyway, there you go, George. See, you'd be a great president right here, thinking of those things. This just cracks me up. Just for those of you want to participate in great. If you don't, yeah. Yep. Good. Awesome. Good work. We are doing ratings. Also, all right.
And Liz and I had a conversation earlier
All right, all right, all right. Well, here we go. We're gonna get rolling here today. We'll have some time for some fellowship conversations before our speaker, before we do fun and frolic. But I'm gonna try to get some stuff done here first. We got a lot of announcements, a lot of things going on. We're going to be introducing our guests that are here today. We're going to talk about Rotary News of the Week. We're going to have Happy Dollars, business announcements, big club business and announcements. Oh man, the Queen of Diamonds is up over $6,100, and there's almost 350 opportunities for people to win that today. So I have a good feeling that this board that has been used and abused for so long, and we're going to get two winners out of this board, and I think it's going to happen today. So that's my prediction. I've been wrong way too many times. We'll have fun and frolic. We'll have our speaker from the Hoffman Estates Chamber of Commerce. Last week we talked Schaumburg. This week we talked Hoffman. And speaking of Hoffman, you know, one of the few times I'll say it, go Hawks. They're in the playoffs for football. So hopefully they'll beat, I believe they're TF South, the Southsiders, the South Suburbs. So always go for the District 211 teams. Palatine's going after it too. So let's welcome our guests. We do have, I'm going to start on my right this time. I usually start on the left. I'm going to start on my right, which is at this table over here. We've got a wonderful guest for the second time, Crystal. Somebody want to just stand up and wave? There we go. Crystal, look at that, Jean. Mean Jean, the dancing machine. And if you want to know where that, where I gave her that, you got to be on the classic committee. All right, right in front of me, looks like we have all happy, smiling, I'm assuming, Rotarians. This table over here, Linda, would you like to introduce our guests there?
Good morning, everyone. We have three lovely guests at our table. We have Beth Hoffman from the Northwest Suburban Women's Club, and she is the guest of Harper College. And we have our speaker, Trish O'Brien, the president of the Hoffman Estates Chamber, as well as the board chair of the chamber, Lisa Christie. Please welcome her.
And the table over there in the corner, Anastasia has a guest today. Yes. And we are officially saying that for the last time because the middle back table there does not have any guests, but look at those smiling, happy Rotarians holding hands. There you go. All right, well, now it's time. I'd like to invite both Wes and I believe Alan talked Randy into coming back. Was that the case? I don't. And then if we can have Randy come up, we have new member initiation time, baby. Woo!
Hell of an intro. Hell of an intro. Huh? God, it feels good to be up here. Wonderful. I would like to start by thanking Alan, who is prolific in this role and seems to stand up here almost every time a member is getting inducted for a specific reason. And Alan, thank you for everything you're doing here. Fellow Rotarians, it is the duty of our Rotary Club to add new members from time to time so that we may not only increase our usefulness and influence in the club, but also extend the spirit of Rotary throughout the community. Today, I welcome to our ranks and admit to our membership, Randy Ganglu. Rotarians, you have been elected to membership in this club because your fellow members believe you to be a worthy representative of your calling and also to possess qualities that will permit you to exemplify in your public business, social, and private life the true spirit of Rotary. I wish to impress upon you that you've been admitted not only to the Rotary Club of Hoffman Estates, but Schaumburg-Hoffman Estates, but to a worldwide association. And by virtue of your membership in this club, you will be welcomed into the fellowship of any Rotary Club in the world. The honor and privilege of Rotary membership carries with it duties and obligations. You're going to be expected to attend the club's meetings regularly, to perform your share of club service, and to put knowledge and talents, of which we know are many, at the disposal of the club in its task of carrying the principles of Rotary into the daily lives of our community. I ask all members to please rise. Rotarian Randy. In the name of the Rotary Club of Schaumburg-Hoffman Estates, I now formally admit you to membership in this club and affix to you. I should have done this.
No,
I should have done this.
Come on, Vanna.
A lot of
It's only
game.
our,
A lot of game.
you know, we haven't had a new member in a very long time. Alan, go ahead. Here's the pin.
Thank you for the assist here, gentlemen. I appreciate it. Fellow Rotarians,
How many Rotarians?
Yeah.
I commend to you our newest Rotarian, Randy Gangu, who has been loaned the classification of business consulting, creating and organizing excellence, and charge all of you to welcome him. Please. Randy, we typically ask our new members to give a 2 or 3 minute introduction. Tell us about you, what drove you to this club, what makes you special, and anything you want. Randy, welcome to our club. Thank you.
Let's get a quick picture first, Alan. Yeah, get in
I'll stay. I'll stay.
Stay
Yeah,
here.
I'll
Come
stay.
on in. Yeah, stay here. Yep. You're the best looking, best
Oh,
dressed
come
of the 4 of us.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Nice. Check 3 suits. All right.
Thank you, Al. How much time do I have?
30
30 seconds?
I find you on the length of your speech.
So I want to start out with a couple of confession. One, Roger is not here to hear this, but he'd always talk about him and I came into the country, or I came in on a boat, and he was with me. Well, the truth of the matter is we were together, but we were not on a boat. So I want to get that straightened out. The second thing I want to get straightened out, the reason that I'm here, every time I meet Alan, he would say, when are you coming back? And so would Michael, Erickson would say the same thing. When are you coming back? It's almost like on a weekly basis thing. But what drove me to come back was Alan saying that we need a darkie in the room. So I said, okay. I love him. You gotta love the guy. Oh, so with that being said, if you know a good lawyer, introduce me.
You just offended Chris because he thought he was.
Well, I wanted to open it up, not point to something. So I wanted to take a minute, tell you a little bit about myself. I was asked to do that. I was born in Trinidad, down in the Caribbean. I came up here when I was about 14 years old. And I was fortunate enough to live with my stepbrother. Then things didn't go too good with my stepbrother and his wife, so she threw me out. I was 16 years old. So I didn't have a place to go. And I ended up downtown where my school was at a place called Metropole Hotel on near 22nd Street. So I spent a few nights in that place, hoping to figure out how I'm going to pay. And so that I started realizing that I had to make life. I had to find a way to make things happen. Can't make excuses. Can't go out way on the wayside. So I had met a family, and I don't mind saying this. I say this often. I had met a friend who said, why don't you come and stay with us? They happened to be a Jewish family, and ended up staying with this Jewish family, growing up with them for a few years. converted to Judaism because they loved me. They wanted me to be part of that organization, that family. Went to shul on Friday night, stayed home and did nothing on Saturdays. Christmas came and I thought it was going to be great. Turned out to be no gifts on Christmas. And I came from a very strong Christian family. I have brothers who are pastors. So the best thing about that, I learned that I had the best experience because of what I had gone through, going through Christianity, going through Judaism. You couldn't ask for anything better to walk the life of Jesus. And so I carry that belief with me that how great this country is, what great people we are, when we realize that our humanity and the way we focus on our humanity, we can accomplish any great things. Don't make excuses. We have the great country. We have great opportunities. Just make it happen. So with that being said, working at night and sometimes during the day, and going to school, pay for my college, I was fortunate enough to get a job, lived in Skokie, got a job. And from that end, I was there for about 19 years. And then after being there for a while, I decided that, and then during that time, I was traveling all over the world. My next position was being the president of the company. I didn't want to do that. I had my own drive, my own goals. And I met a guy named David Sandler out of Baltimore. I liked what he was doing. I ended up buying into his business. And there was 45 of us that bought into that business. It's called a Sandler Selling System. And today we are in 30 countries around the world. I'm one of the original owner. And I help companies take their business, fix it. And the buzzword is I do business organizational excellence. That means that I work with the CEOs, I work with the presidents, I work with the owners, I work with their team, and help them, realize that it's not about selling products and selling services. The moment you try to sell somebody something, they will back away from you. Help them figure out why they should buy from you without telling them. So today I work with organization, and I just got an email from a CEO that I just started working with, and I have my phone up there. And the message on the phone was, this is the CEO of $1 billion company. I coached him yesterday. I've been coaching him for a couple of months now. And he sent me an email, said, hey, Randy, I wanted to take a minute and thank you for our session yesterday. The things you taught me about transactional analysis and the psychology of human beings. I was able to have a better relationship and conversation with my team. I had better conversation with my family at home, and I've been able to have a better conversation with my friends. So he said, thank you for that. I'm looking forward to spending the next year with you. And that's what I do. I work with companies, not just teaching them things, but working from the very top all the way through the entire organization. So my plug is a good referral for me is if you know any organization that has a company that is struggling, they're not sure if they're doing all the right thing, if they have the right strategy in place, if they've got the right structure, if they got the right people, if they got the right skills. How do I create behavior modifications within the organization so that they can grow? And that's what I do. So at the end, I'm looking forward to being part of this group. I thank you for bringing me back in a second time. I said I failed the first time, so I'll do better the second time. And with my passion and my experience, this is a place I want to be because I feel it is my mission to give back to little kids so that they don't have to go through what I went through. Thank you.
All right. Well, we got Rotary good news of the week. This past weekend, one Rotary Summit was on Saturday morning on both Zoom and in person. It was a great hybrid meeting. They actually did a really nice job of incorporating both in person and Zoom. I strategically missed Michael Erickson's presentation because my son's game started early on Saturday. So I missed that one, but I heard great things about him. And I think Julie's here. Hi, Julie. Julie's there too. So great thing. I'm bringing some stuff back to the board, which will eventually work its way back to the club. So good things. And let's see, we got time for this. So we do have some good Rotary news of the week. Here it comes. This was in the paper. Yes, it's the Arlington Club. I know we're in a competition with them, but they made the paper. And let's hope that the audio is coming. You know what? We'll do that one next week because the audio is not working again. So, well, I actually think it's this little, there's a little knobby here and it looks a little crooked. So I think it moves around a little bit and we'll get that fixed and taken care of. So, hey, look, it's time for Happy Dollars. Woohoo! Who wants to be our first Happy Dollar happier and then collect? Thank you, George. George, such in a happy mood today. Look how happy he is.
Wedding anniversary. I will give $27.
Anybody else happy? We'll start over here with Linda. Sorry, Bill.
I have $5 happy because I really am thankful for the friendship and fellowship that we had. Our meeting at the clubhouse, I really enjoyed it. I'm excited about doing the cleanup tomorrow. I've never done one of those before. And I'm excited that the kids are not going to have snow for Halloween.
Very good. Eileen, and then Bill.
I'm excited because this week has been a big week for putting together some things with Fishing Well. And I had a couple of announcements on that thing, but it's rocking, guys.
Cool. Bill Kelly, I keep skipping you and get your hand up. And
I have $2 happy because Tuesday, my wife and I are going on a road trip to upstate New York, visiting our oldest.
Gene.
I have $20 happy.
Woo.
I'm very happy because we had a paranormal investigation Wednesday night to benefit the Children's Miracle Network. We raised $850 for them. And I'm very happy for my daughter. She's 12. She was in a movie a few years ago and she's furthering her career. She's going to be in the Nutcracker and Schaumburg and Into the Woods in Roselle right now and Beauty and the Beast in Schaumburg as well. So
you know, you look tired. I don't want you to walk around too much. We'll let Holly go.
Oh, I've got a couple of happy because I'm just excited that my friends Jean and Jeff are here visiting as well.
Oh, very good. Nancy. Yeah, I'm gonna make you walk. I decided.
Because I was so happy to see our 4 newest members come to our social.
Randy.
So I have $2 happy. One represents the first time I was there. The second one represents the second opportunity.
Jerry Park.
I'm back in Florida, so I'm glad about that. And second of all, I'm a mentor for Linda, so I'm very happy.
Woohoo. Steve Ware.
I got $20 happy. Yes, I'm back. And I just want to say it's good to be back. My alma mater beat the #1 team in hockey. Michigan went down. We didn't get the sweep, but we won the first one. I don't miss, I don't miss this weather because I was in Colorado for 3 weeks. A lot of sun. So.
Very cool. Rachel, of course, right in front of me. I miss you, and you'll have to go now.
Oh, yep. Okay.
I had two happy dollars, and it mainly is because we rounded out all of the new members, which means I could take a little bit of a break. And I finally got Randy's name tag right after 3 tries.
And Anastasia?
I have $1 that introduced Leah to a Rotary Club. She's been really interesting. And $1 that's my toilet.
Oh, look at that. Very cool. Anyone else? Gary does have something. Oh,
I
okay.
have 10 warning dollars.
Oh boy.
I mentioned about 9 months or so ago to stay off the roads. I had a daughter with a permit. On Wednesday, said daughter got her driver's license. So I implore all of you, please be careful out there. She's made if you see, yes, yeah, if you see a little blonde, if you barely see over the window, please steer clear.
And Gene is so happy he wants to go again.
I glanced over and I looked at Alan Gage and I said, you know what, you got a nice pie on steak, so I'll give you $2.
Oh, look at that. Wow. And I will round out my happy dollars, which will be given online. Both of my sons from NIU just arrived right before I came here. We are going out to Iowa. So all 5 of us are actually going to watch a game for the first time, all 5 of us in 4 years. My oldest is finally getting out there, and we're going to tailgate tomorrow and hope for our first win of the season for the big fellas. So, all right, business, club business and announcements. Anybody have announcements? If Crystal, you want to come up too? Go ahead.
Hi, this is something like a save the date. A couple of years ago, we helped the Trickster Cultural Center give a sit-down meal right around Christmas time for the veterans. And a number of us participated in that dinner, and I was one of them, and it was one of the best and favorite things. We're going to do it again. And the day in your calendar is December 18. It's the Saturday before Christmas, which should make it easy to remember. It's 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, which means you don't have to wake up early in the morning. And we're trying to get it all set up so it becomes as easy as possible for you all to assist. And we can do a worthy thing again for the veterans that get acknowledged, and we can validate them in the nicest way. So put that in your calendar, please, and have a great day.
Hello, Rotarians. Hi. Thank you. Fishing well. It's been a really exciting week for some things that we've been working on. And one of the announcements that I'm very happy to make is that our very own Jean Schlinkman is going to be back on the Fishing Well Commission. Yeah, Jean had to step aside when she was running our first ACE program. And with Nanette's departure, Jean's seat was available again at the table, and she has said yes. She was suspicious, though, when I called her and I said, "Hi, Jean, old buddy, old pal, how's it going?" So when you hear that from me, you usually say, "Oh, what do you want?" But we are working on some new things with Fishing Well. We have filled our mentors. Harper is getting ready to set a date for mentors to meet with their students. And we want to thank everybody. And Don, he's been working hard on some programs that I'm sure he'll tell you more about. But it's an exciting time, and we're really looking forward to rolling out some new things with Fishing Well. When they're finalized, you'll hear all about it.
Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians. I have the privilege this year of serving as chair of the International Service Committee, and especially the newer Rotarians. I'm looking for members to be willing to help vet some great international service projects. and possibly serve as co-chair with me. There is one immediate task coming up 2 weeks from tomorrow, November 13th at 10 a.m. There is a district-wide Zoom where people, the fellow clubs are going to be submitting interesting international service projects. I can't make it because I have another commitment, but if anyone is interested at all in serving on the International Service Committee, I would greatly appreciate it. We do have a $10,000 budget. There's a couple of projects that they're already submitted, so it could be a great time to be of service, especially internationally. So please see me, reach out to me in person, email, call, whatever. Thank you.
Just a heads up, next week we have Dave Lickman, who is Applied Tech Chair out of Hoffman High School, coming in with one of our graduates from the vocational program who received a scholarship back in 2019, and talk about his experience and what difference our scholarship made to him. And then also to talk about a new project of these toolkits that you might have heard rumbles around. We're trying to roll that out a little bigger. And I think we're gaining some steam. So I'd like to have you here to hear more about it. So thanks.
And directly right after next week's meeting, I hope to recruit as many as possible to do a packing event. I reached out to Wings, who I'm the liaison for, and there's a need for some women who are in safe houses. They need Thanksgiving dinner. So we're gonna prepare all the sides. They have kits of the side. So I'm going to purchase the items. We're going to have them at the meeting next week, and we just need to assemble them into 45 kits. So as many people can stay for just 20 minutes or so after the meeting next week, it'd be great. Thanks.
From the Boys and Girls Club of Elgin, who
Schaumburg.
also Schaumburg runs the barn. She asked if she could make an announcement, and I told her, of course.
Thank you. I have to tell you, I have been visiting different Rotarian groups, and you guys really are one of the best. Such a friend. It really, when I read the fun and friendly thing online, I'm like, oh, well, let's see. And then when you were talking about the scholarship, I just realized when I graduated from high school, I had won the Rotary Scholarship from my high school. I was the first woman in my family to go to college and graduate from college. So thank you. But I want to invite you. We are having a prayer breakfast. It is open to all faiths. So here's my appeal to you today. Whether you know someone in the faith or a minister, a rabbi, imam, all faiths. I've been reaching out in Elgin, Schaumburg, or Streamwood, and it's Tuesday, November 16th. It's at Christ Community Church. We're going to have a hot breakfast. And 7:45 a.m. is when we open up for networking, and then we're going to start at 8, be done promptly at 9. The reason why we're having this is there's such great need for teenagers and middle school. I mean, think about I also manage the volunteers. We have a lot of volunteers for elementary students, but when it comes to high school and middle-aged, they make you feel middle-aged if you have a middle school student. But we do need volunteers, and we're looking to partner with churches. I come from experience working for churches as well, and we want to really combine our resources and reach out. Right now in this area, 1 of every 3 children goes home to an empty house. And this is an investment in the future. So I really implore you to consider just taking a card from me and inviting. And Randy, the new Rotarian, I definitely want you to come because you're perfect for this. I listen to your story. And then one other thing, we have a Tunnel of Terror if you're into Halloween. Last weekend we did it, and we earned $5 for every car wash that comes through, and we had 90 in one night and 70 in the other night. And it was very much against out of my comfort zone, but I dressed up as Pennywise the Clown and did my part. So if you're interested or you know someone, please see me. Thank you.
One last announcement here. It is Shop at the Cop time. Next Friday, we are going to have Officer Mark Wondolkowski, who is not unfamiliar to you all, to come and talk about Shop with a Cop, how it went last year, what's going on this year. So we're going to be kicking off the fundraising for that, and that's out of your pocket. So your contributions will be matched by the club and foundation. Last year, the same program happened, and we gave almost $7,400. So he'll tell you much more about that. I know you're all going to feel very sorry for me, leaving for Florida on Tuesday, and I'll be gone for several months. You know, I'm taking a hit for y'all, so just so you know. So I won't be here, but Jim McCullough and Barry Christian have volunteered to head it up. Gary has told me that he's going to turn on the link so that you can make your contributions online. I'm kicking it off with a $200 check to our foundation, which will be given to the cause. And also remember, we used to 2 years ago participate in their football pool on an individual basis, and it was $50 and so forth. And they're not doing that anymore. This is the Hoffman Estates cops. They're not doing it anymore. So there's at least $50 that you could, like, you know. Okay, so be prepared. Thanks. Oh, yeah. Yes, thank you. So Eileen, is anybody else interested in jumping up with a support for Shop with a Cop today? Eileen.
Oh, Eileen.
$100. Nancy.
Somebody else?
$200.
Bill. Linda. Amber. Don. Bruce. Sean.
Okay.
Great.
Wow,
So
would
I'll
you
be
look at
glad to
that?
take your money. Holly.
Chris is giving.
Money's over here.
Give yourself $100.
Whew, wow. All right.
All right, good.
There's dollars over here. Chris is collecting. Put your money in the air. Put your checks in the air. Wave your hands like you just okay. Here we go. There'll be a link. It'll be in your Wednesday email, whether Fat knows it or not.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yes. So Gary will send a link to, Gary's not listening. Gary will send a link to Pat Bronwell, who will put it in next Wednesday's weekly email. Quick reminder, Toys for Tots. If you've got toys, Roger Smith is collecting toys for our Tuesday before Thanksgiving lunch, which will be at the Bloomingdale Golf Course with the Bloomingdale Club. We're not meeting that Friday, the Friday after Thanksgiving. The Tuesday is our meeting, and that will be there. We'll need to know, you'll need to bring toys to that meeting, or you can bring some money and give it to either Roger Smith or Mike Olak. And if they're not here, you can give it to me and I'll make sure that they get it. Then they can go out and they can get the toys. There is going to be a District 211 Career Expo again in February 10th. If your business wants to exhibit, to just talk about what the different careers are. You're not really, well, you can do some recruiting if you got internships, but if you just want to talk about your career, whether it's accounting or finance or fixing cars or whatever it is that you do. And then last thing before we get into the Queen of Diamonds, the holiday fellowship party is December 3rd. The sign up is in the back where you can sign up, but you could also very simply, and I did this so easy, to click on the link that was in the email. You automatically say you go, and then you can also add your guest right away too, and then they get an email, and it's so easy. Or you can walk back there, sign up, and then Nancy's got to do all that stuff, and her little fingers get bloody from typing, and it hurts. It's do what you can. The holiday fellowship. Hey, it's time for the Queen of Diamonds, guys. This is it. This is 385 opportunities here. And let's hope I don't remove all inputs, but I will shuffle. There's the shuffle. And let's see if we can get some clicking going here. Oh, look at that. That would be Bill Kelly.
Oh, sorry. It is William Kelly. '22. And I
Come on, 22.
there you go. Oh my goodness, look at her wielding that knife. Oh my God, she's better than anybody.
Sorry.
Three of diamonds. That's the quickest we've seen. Very cool. Well, I have to tell you that I lied earlier today. I know that the first is to tell the truth. I said that we would have more time for fellowship and talking at the table, and I just blatantly lied. It is now time, sorry, to bring up our fun and frolic fine master. I'm assuming it's Alan Gabe since he's walking up here. Ladies and gentlemen, Alan Gabe.
Well, I'm here to defend Tom. It's really not his fault. He didn't know that Randy was going to be the program today. So I'll need some bag people. Okay, no, not you, Eileen. Jim. Okay, Eileen, Jim, Chris. So Randy, welcome to the club. And when you got inducted the last time, you know you paid a $5 fine. So you're going to pay a $5 fine again today for being inducted in the club. Welcome. And as a former member, you also know that there's no advertising allowed. So since you advertise, that'll be another $5. So welcome to the club. And Randy, if you are have been a member in the club for 15 years or more, and you have not been a president of this club, shame on you. That'll be $2. Sean. George.
What? Not 15.
How many years?
14.
Okay, been a member of the club for 14 years. Gary, how long have you been a member? Okay, been a member of the club for 13 years and not been a president. That'll be $2. If you were not at the harvest party on Friday, last week, that'll be $2. If you are not going to the holiday party in December, where we have that beautiful picture up here, that'll be $2. Remember, sign up. You have to sign up with Nancy and her crew. If you were sitting at the same table today that you sat at last week, that'll be $2. John Selke, Jim Fabrini, Wes Crockett. You all were talking during announcements and during the start of the meeting. Wes, you're past president. You know how difficult it is being up here. So each of you pay $2. And if you have not brought a new member into the club in the past 2 weeks, okay, I'll make it during the reign of terror of Tom Gulch. If you have not brought a member in during Tom's reign of terror, that'll be $2. Crystal, I think what you do is wonderful. And we don't usually find guests, right, Jim?
No, we don't.
We don't usually. However, saying that we are one of the best Rotary clubs. How many people in here believe we are only one of the best, huh? Okay, so why don't you give that good-looking gentleman behind you $2? Crystal is going to give you $2. Pat, your $2. Okay, never mind. Mike Erickson. That poem you read from Mother Teresa was wonderful. The fumbling you did for 20 minutes before that was not, so that'll be $2. If you were late, Terry and Chris and Steve, that'll be $2 each. If anybody else was late, that'll be $2. Shocking that Sean was late. So we're gonna have a real brief quiz. As people heard during the announcements, our club is going to meet at the Bloomingdale Roselle Club the Tuesday before Thanksgiving in lieu of our meeting. And if anybody says out loud the answer to this question, that'll be $20. So there is a member in this club who started the Roselle Bloomingdale Club. And the choices are Bob Keller, Vince Anisato, or Mike Erickson. If you think that Bob Keller is the person who started the Bloomingdale Club, raise your hand. Okay. If you think it was Vince Anisato who started the Bloomingdale Club, raise your hand. Okay, and if you think it was Mike Erickson who started the Rotary Club of Bloomingdale, raise your hand. Okay, you all can pay $2 because none of them started the club in Bloomingdale, Roselle. And I know that because I was the one who started it. So, hard to believe I would do a trick one. If you don't have a guest at your table, shame on you. We have all these guests. That'll be $2. Gene. What? Jean is leaving. And she is going to go down to Florida and she's going to miss the Classic. So I'm going to do a lot of finding between now and then. So Jean, how much do you want to pay today in addition to the $200 you did for Shop with a Cop? Because you're leaving us, deserting us during our time of need for the Classic.
$20.
Okay, $20 from Jean. Okay, and if you have not paid a fine today, please raise your hand. I did a good job. Tom, it's all yours.
Well, after that one, it looks like we can get those scholarships to 211. So we're in good shape for the kids. We just made $900 for Shop with a Cop, everybody. Great job. Lots of money flying around here today. Very cool.
And we have some designated funds in the community service budget for that as well. I think it's 1,500. So add the 900 to 15 and we're on our way, guys.
Woohoo! And that's before we got the link all hot and ready to go for the next 2 weeks. Man, look at that. Look at that. Speaking of links, don't forget you can pay your Fun and Frolic fines. You can pay your Happy Dollars. You can pay for getting in on the raffle thingy. It's not a raffle. It's the drawing. Yes, I say drawing on purpose. I think it's funny. You can do all that online. And if you're confused, you get an email every Wednesday around about between 9 and 10 o'clock in the morning. It's got all of great information that really a lot of you guys don't read. So with this, what I'd like to do is, for a long time, we have been members of the Hoffman Estates Chamber. A few years ago, I realized that we were members of the Hoffman Estates Chamber. And I called up Trish and I said, I can't join it personally, but I'd like to come to promote Rotary. And she said, Tom, if it was anybody else, I would say yes. But since it's you, no, that's not what she did at all. She said, yes, of course. And for the last 2 or 3 years, I have gone to the Hoffman Estates Chamber, talking about Rotary, selling classic tickets, selling raffle tickets and things like that. And I'm so happy that Trish O'Brien has come here to tell us a little bit more about not only what's happening in Hoffman Estates Chamber, but just being here. Thank you. Please come on up.
Whoa, how do you beat that? Good afternoon, everyone. I am so honored to have been selected to speak to such a fabulous organization that does so much for their community. Thank you very much for the Schaumburg Hoffman Estates Rotary Club for everything you do for our communities. The Hoffman Estates Chamber of Commerce also helps others. We help our businesses with marketing opportunities, professional and workforce development, community involvement, networking opportunities, and of course, business referrals. Like your Rotary Club, we are also a philanthropic organization. We are a 501c6 with a staff of 2. We are so very fortunate to have a dedicated board of directors that assists and direct our chamber. Many of these board of directors, past and present, are in the room this evening, including this afternoon, excuse me, including 2 of my direct bosses, our board chair, Lisa Christie, and our vice chair, Linda Dressler. And just for your information, next year, Linda Dressler will be chairman of the Hoffman Estates Community, or the Hoffman Estates Chamber of Commerce and Industry. We offer several programs in our chamber geared toward the communities we serve. To begin, we have our Tools for Success community-wide school drive program that the chamber hosts each September. The original program originally used group recycling bins at our businesses for drop-off points to collect school supplies. Since the pandemic, that has changed a tad bit, and we now have an online donation system set up with School District 54. We also have a set up with our three townships, Schaumburg, obviously, Barrington, and Hanover Park, physical collections where folks can drop off school supplies for our students. The school wanted me to remind you and everyone else, as they always tell this to me, that school donations are collected year-round. So keep that in mind. You can always go to any school in your communities and drop off supplies. We also partner with the Shop with the Cop program, which is another event that is geared obviously toward helping our community. The program originated out of building trust in homes where the police had to remove a threatening family member. The children often now see or perceive the police as bad or evil. The program entailed shopping at Target and having breakfast at the Marriott in Hoffman Estates with Santa. The chamber and volunteers wrap the gifts that the children have selected. It's rather sad when they purchase cleaning supplies for mom, as that what was on her Christmas list. The Hoffman Estates Chamber of Commerce and Industry has worked tirelessly during the pandemic, attempting to keep our members updated as the numerous reports, guidelines, and mandates came through with the state of Illinois. We developed our own resource page for our members to rely on. We also offered our membership 3 months of complimentary dues if they were experiencing burdens for their business operations. We also took care of our members, excuse me, in the hospitality sector by encouraging takeout or to-go orders for our local restaurants. At last year's virtual Celebration of Excellence Awards luncheon, we offered a drive-by with the Marriott for the lunches in order to help out our local hotel. For our annual holiday luncheon, we encouraged our members to take out for their staff and family members. Our local carpenters union ordered a complete lunch for their guys from Garibaldi's. Oh, thank you. From Garibaldi's during the worst part of the pandemic, offering much needed support. Obviously, some businesses fared very well in the pandemic. If you happen to own a corrugated box company or a delivery service, you did quite well. The Hoffman Estates Chamber of Commerce and Industry is also very proud to offer 3 scholarships to our community. And these are available to everyone in this room as you are all a member of the Hoffman Estates Chamber through your Rotary organization. Our 3 categories are high school graduating senior, college student, and graduate college student. Right now, our scholarships are valued at $500 apiece. We hope in the future to increase that amount. And we have had a past board director that was awarded a scholarship when she returned to college at the age of 40. We also have added a community-free library outside of our office, which is upstairs in the Hoffman Estates Community Bank on Higgins Road, directly across from the hospital. We have books and magazines for the public to take, and we also have local business materials, brochures, etc., on display for the community. This is just another way that the chamber helps promote our members to the public. In addition to these programs, the chamber also hosts 4 signature events per year. Obviously, the pandemic has slowed us down a tad bit. However, we are getting back to business. Our first large signature event is our Celebration of Excellence Awards Dinner. This is held each January and where we recognize the outstanding achievements and contributions of the Hoffman Estates Chamber of Commerce and Industry members. A yearly slideshow is created to reflect on the past year's accomplishments and to showcase our very well-deserving nominees. The nominees are voted on by the chamber membership. It's not decided by our board of directors. No one knows who won until that evening. It's just like the Academy Awards. Our next exciting event that we offer is the Bon Appetit Community Food and Drink Festival. This exciting event showcases restaurants and liquor providers from throughout the northwest suburbs, offering samplings of their delicious cuisine to the public. In addition, culinary students from Harper College are challenged by Tate & Lyle, the manufacturers of the sweetener Splenda, and they have to prepare a cupcake without sugar using Splenda. Each attendee participates in the judging, and the money is awarded to the participating winning students. Over 30 restaurants participate each year, and the community leaves not only full, but with lots of coupons and offers to return to the restaurants. In addition, the Chamber of Commerce collects and distributes food. It also features chefs that fly in from France to prepare delicious French cuisine and/or they do cooking demonstrations. Our next fun community event is our community fishing derby. And this is a catch and release derby. Actually, mark your calendars because we already have the date. It'll be June 11th this next year rather. And no one has to have a fishing license to fish that day. Prizes are offered for the longest fish caught by the registered attendees in 4 different age groups. Southridge Lake is once again stocked with fish that is sponsored by local businesses. You can sponsor a fish for as little as $15 or as much as $1,000. Businesses can also display their information and engage with the public at this popular community event by sponsoring a booth. And lastly, we have our annual golf outing. Our annual golf outing is the Chamber's major fundraiser for our scholarships that I spoke about prior to. The 18-hole shotgun start begins at 1 o'clock, so you can certainly still go to the office in the morning and get some business done. To promote your business, you can sponsor a sign, a hole, a bridge, or a green. The committee always comes up with fun-filled day on the course, and the event is held at the ever-popular Bridges of Poplar Creek Country Club. Prior to the pandemic, we really didn't sell out on our golf outing, and for the past 3 years, we have sold out not only on attendance, but on sponsorship. If Rotary would like to partner with the Chamber, please reach out to me on how you can get more involved. We are always looking for volunteers too. And as a member of Rotary, you are all able to attend our events to promote Rotary and your many activities and fundraisers. I know for a fact that Tom, your president, has sold many raffle tickets for Rotary at our Chamber events. We also accept donations and are in need of any type of style conference chairs. We have currently right now, we have chairs in our conference room that are from, maybe the 50s. And when you sit on them and you have nylons, the wool from the chair comes up and pokes your leg. I lost a group of chairs one time when I was visiting a business, and they had all these beautiful leather high top chairs in the corner. And I asked them very humbly, what are you doing with those chairs? And they told me they were donating them to the church. And I said, the church? Really? I said, what about your local Chamber of Commerce? We could certainly use those chairs. She was like, really? Why would you want the chairs? I said, well, we are a business organization and you're a church. But anyways, it reminded me of that Whoopi Goldberg movie where she's handing the nun the money and then she's taking it back. Like she didn't really, I sort of felt like her for a quick second. Anyways, if you have your eyes on any chairs, I'll take any that you could possibly offer. I also wanted to update you on what is going on in the great village of Hoffman Estates. Older news, I'm sure probably all of you know this, but the Sears Center Arena is now the Now Arena, and that is a health vitamin company. So we're very excited about that. A Microsoft data center is being built behind Apple Villa on Barrington Road. So if anyone has a question of what's going on there, it will be a Microsoft data center, about 200 jobs. The old AT&T corporate center is now Bell Works, which is a metro burb, so to speak, with everything under one roof. I brought a couple of brochures to share with you today. We are hoping that our Bon Appetit Food and Drink Festival will be held there next April. The committee is still working on those details. The Hoffman Estates Park District is building a golf simulator on their course, just similar to Topgolf. It will be a great addition. 3 floors, lots of fun. You'll be able to rent out some space there as well. We also, if you don't know, we have 2 Burlington coat factories in our town, one on either side, and they're open very late for your shopping. So if you ever have a problem sleeping, you can always go there. I think they open at 7 a.m. in the morning. And just also wanted to let you know about the Golden Corridor Manufacturing Partnership, or GCAMP, is going very strong. Bystromic from Switzerland is a steel fabrication firm that held their ribbon cutting ceremony this week, and they have selected Hoffman Estates as the only location in the United States of America. So we're really proud of that. Stonegate has been sold, our hotel and banquet center in Hoffman, and it's undergoing renovation at this time. From what I have told, it is going to be a banquet-only facility. There will be no cooking there at all on the premise like there used to be, but you will be able to bring in your own caterer. So they're working on getting all of that taken care of. And I just wanted to thank you for your time this afternoon and for allowing me to address your organization on this very happy, rainy Friday here in Schaumburg. You are a fabulous organization in what you do, and I am so very proud that you are a member of the Hoffman Estates Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Thank you very much.
Anybody have any questions? Well, it goes without saying, Bill Kelly. Rich, can you tell us a little bit more about that Bell Center?
Sure. Actually, Bill, I'll just hand the brochure right to you. It is right now they have businesses that have already moved in to the first floor. It is a huge monumental campus at which they're only doing the east side right now. So if you want to go visit, I recommend that you drive in on Lakewood. Don't go on Central, it's too confusing. And if you take Lakewood all the way down to the last entrance before you hit Huntington, you will be able to get into Bellworks. And they have a fitness center downstairs already in operation that's open to the public as well. You don't have to be like your business in Bellworks. And if you are looking for office space, I know that they are offering some really good move-in deals, obviously, because they are brand new. Any other questions about that? Yes.
I think you should talk to your present cast of directors and see if they put your membership into our Rotary.
I certainly could bring that up with them. Thank you so much, Nancy. They're right here. Gee.
Are there any new restaurants coming in the Hoffman Estates that you're aware of?
We do have the new breakfast, Mr. Breakfast, opened on Algonquin Road. Very, very good. And the portions are phenomenal. You can't really finish of what I've heard. We also have Honeyberry, which is up in the.
It's in the plaza there by Dick Pond Shoes.
Thanks, Rich.
Sorry.
Ventriloquism.
Yeah, you're doing great. You're doing great, boss. Come on. And then we also have, what other restaurant open? Oh, the Honeyberry, which is in the 5990. That is a breakfast lunch place. And that's kind of on the east side by a Kyoto Japanese steakhouse. It's kind of over in that general vicinity. We have lost a couple of restaurants too, obviously, in the pandemic. You know, it was a little hard hit industry. Yes, Gene.
Do you know of any haunted buildings?
Well, you know, Gene, I have to say the first day that you came in and I asked you about the chamber office and I said, Gene, do you feel any spirits are here in this office? And he assured me that there was not. So I felt really good because when I talked to Gene and I mentioned to him about spirits, I said, you know, Gene, I have to be honest with you. The only ghost that I'm familiar with is Casper, the friendly ghost. Any other questions? Thank you all very much.
Thank you for speaking. Phoebe's designs mug for us
Oh,
with
that is
the four-way
awesome.
test on
I
there. So
love it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tim.
all right, just so the great thing about being president of this club is that there are about 400 past presidents that come here every week and give me tips and techniques on what I forgot to do. So in this case, please remember that Randy will be at the back door saying goodbye to everyone, because that is the tradition of new members to do that. And I thought it really hard and none of you picked up on it. So definitely do that. As far as the chamber is concerned, if you have questions on how to go to the chamber events, basically you're just promoting Rotary. Stand up and do your 30-second. We meet every Friday at Chandler's. You're welcome to come and visit. And if you're selling a ticket, talk about the ticket. If one of the things I'd like to start doing a little bit more of when I go there is talking about some of the sponsorship that we have with the Classic. And I usually say that afterwards, so because usually it's Trisha that talks about all the sponsorships they're looking for, I say, and if you still have some money at the end of the day, after sponsoring everything that the chamber has for you, hopefully you can talk with us about that as well. Alan Gabe. I actually thought they were, but okay, yeah. I've never been wrong. I've never lied to this group, and it happened all today. So, oh, there you go.
I have learned.
Well, I'm learning that I'll just smile and nod up here. Whatever you say, Alan. Yes, Alan. Yes, $25. I'll put it in the pot. I'm there, Alan. Yes, of course. Next week, we do have kind of a double hit. We've got Harper College, which is really, I believe, Dave Lickman, Hoffman High School is talking about, the autos and things like that, along with Shop with a Cop. I think we got them both going at the, we're double dipping, I think about 15 minutes each there. So please come next week. It should be fun. And let us, am I forgetting anything? The multiple presidents, past presidents in the room. Did I forget anything else? Well, would you look at that? They're either too shy or I did everything right. Please stand up and we will close out our meeting here. Yeah. So why don't you lead us in the four-way test? Is it the truth?
Is it fair to all concerned?
Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And Mike Erickson did steal my quote with the invocation, but I do have this one. Together, we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. I saw that online. That's pretty darn cool. So go out there, be amazing Rotarians, and give service back to the community.
No,